I unmuted the wrong thing. Whoops. God. Anyway, as I was saying before I realized that I unmuted the wrong thing, the one thing I appreciate about that loop for Colony 9 is, or the theme for Colony 9 from Xenoblade 1 is that it goes on for over 5 minutes. So, perfect starting soon BGM for the stream. But hello. Hello everyone, to people just joining, to people who have been waiting, and to everyone watching things back on the VOD, whether it's here on Twitch or on YouTube, depending on when you're watching this. Welcome back to another stream, and welcome back to Game Dev. Now, we got the getting massive RuneScape vibes for this guy. Oh yeah, no. This is one of the enemy character designs for my project, but the thing is, the thing I realized, because I've done like base colors, but I also need to add like details and whatnot, sort of like bake in the shadows into the texture. But the thing that I didn't realize is that in the shading tab, which, is a completely different monster altogether, the one thing that I needed to do in order to get it looking as sharp as possible for a PS1 style texture was to change the interpolation for the filtering from linear, which is what it's set to by default, to closest, because that is essentially no filter. Because in the PS1 era, that was just incapable of just handling that kind of filtering or any kind of filtering whatsoever. But yeah, no. I changed that, and I also reduced like all the sort of like reflectiveness of the surface. I turned down metallic, turned down like specular lighting, I turned down the roughness as well. So now it is all just completely like flat as it should be and how it should appear in the project. Now, last time I also need to need to find different tab for music, because I had a tab open for something else and it was listening to, the whistle theme from Deadly Premonition. Just, completely on a whim, because I thought, you know what, this is one of those morning, I think it was like sometime earlier, it was either earlier this week or it was last week, towards the end of last week, I can't remember when. But I just felt like I was having one of those mornings where it was like, it's gonna be a slow morning. So I just popped that on while I was getting on with bits. We'll go. I'd say we'd go for Pokemon music, but it says cozy Pokemon chill music when you focus, work, and study, but you're underwater. I mean, it does what it says on the tin. It is underwater. Wow. Did I also turn it up? I did. There we go. I turned it up when I was listening to music in the background, when I was doing my stuff. Okay, so last time we basically got all of the, like, the flat base colors done. Because that was literally all we were doing last time around. We were getting all the base colors basically sort of blocked out, depending on where things were, if it was a bit odd, going over bits and sort of or I guess kind of annotating, labeling them to make sure that we know what bits were which in case it got a bit too confusing. And I feel like I still need to kind of do the rest of that, but for all intents and purposes, this is like, all the base colors, like, base color blocked out. It looks nice enough at the moment, but we do need to sort of bake in, texturing, like, shadows and lights and whatnot, which will probably take a while, considering the fact that I still have the mirror modifier applied, so I do need to kind of... When I say applied, I mean active, really. It's only applied when I actually click apply. I wonder, if I apply the mirror modifier... Okay, so that did Did I accidentally... I am a bit unsure. I clicked apply and it's still... Wait, hold on. If I click apply and I do... Okay, it still mirrors the texture because of how it's been done. Right, okay. Now, I feel like... I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. But yeah, no. But now, while we have things like this, I mean, of course, this is a bit of an ask considering the fact that it's flipped on its side. And I don't think they're, like, outside of, I guess, taking this into another, like, image editing software like Clip Studio and changing it from there. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look this up quickly. Export. I can't remember what version of... So this is... Packed file, click to unpack, create new image, view, image, save as a copy, save the image with current name and settings. So... Save as... So apparently it says I should use save as. And I guess while I'm at, I'll open Clip Studio as well, because, you know, that would be a good point. Just to get it all set up and ready for when I eventually get this in there. Because the thing that bugs me about Blender, as far as I'm aware, I can't rotate the view. Okay, I should probably look this up too. Sorry, just a moment, chat. I say I'm getting things open and then I'm just getting distracted by literally anything else. But yeah, no. Whatchamacallit? Rotate texture paint window Blender. That doesn't help me. Okay. Right. Oh, oopsie. Yeah, no, I am just completely lost. Right, so mix. How do I adjust it again? It was here. And mix, color palette, gradient, ants, effect alpha. Lock alpha while painting. Color palette, advance, texture, mapping, tiled. Stroke, spacing, dash ratio, jitter. Masking, symmetry, options, include. Workspace. Texture paint. Filter add-ons. Okay, that doesn't help me. Right. Right, so there are multiple things I'm looking up. Just a moment. Blender. No, blur. How do we set brush fall off? What's this? Use unified color. Instead of per brush color, the color is shed across brushes. Radiant map, pressure repeat clamp. Linear ease cardinal. I'm assuming that this is very weird. That was very weird. Okay. Fall off. Ah! There we go. Yay. Right. So now I've found the thing that will basically reduce blurring when I'm painting, because at the moment, or I say at the moment, beforehand, like whenever I'd paint in the texture painting window, it'd just be very blurry, which is not what I want. I want things to look sharp. So now when I do this, it is sharp. There is no like blurring or like anti-aliasing or anything like that. It is just nice and sharp. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. So just paint that there. Oh. Mystery dungeon music. You don't get these thrown in to like the long Pokemon like music like compilation videos and stuff. And the reason why I'm changing this is because at the moment, or I say at the moment, beforehand, with this kind of like that, it looked a bit awkward. But now, if I do this, it will kind of look a bit better, but... Well, of course, I need to find, you know, the alignment for it all. I mean, of course, some changes could be made. I could space it a bit more. I could make, like, things a bit wider in terms of, like, the space of the holes. Not with that kind of like, little that little point. That little point doesn't really make it look good. I should reduce the radius to 4. Oopsie. Yeah. Right, that's looking a bit better. So now... pretty sure... I really should have noted what was and wasn't there. I'm pretty sure this is the neck. If I do this... yeah, that's the neck. Right. We'll start off with the, I suppose, easier ones first. Oh, right, that's... this texture is flipped. It's, let me think. Not quite sure that works. Wait, let me check Clip Studio. I feel like I have a good example somewhere. In Clip Studio for how I've shaded things before. Let me look. Yeah, that's... yeah, no, that's kind of it. Nine 954947. 954947 is the one that we have at the moment. D4737 is the one from my example. 8D4737, which is a bit darker, which actually might work a bit better. Okay, so... To be fair, I feel like with how small the neck is, the entirety of it could just be shaded and have done with it. And then, of course, where are you? You were here. Because for some reason you're... Why are you like that? I am so sorry, chat. It just bugs me so much. BNO. So as for things that have happened lately, one thing I can't believe is that I say quote unquote new Star Fox game, but it's, you know, another reimagining of Star Fox 64. But that was something that a lot of people weren't expecting, considering the fact that they dropped the direct for it completely out of nowhere just the other night. They said, "Oh yeah, no prior announcement. This is starting soon." So it was a bit. Then the one thing I have seen is stuff with how the character designs look, which I know some people like and some people are not the biggest fans of. Which, you know, it's down to someone's preference. Hmm. And then that was the back of the head. The side of the head, I just don't remember. Oh, there. See, if I could just... I mean, to be fair, I can just do this. And do a bit of the painting like this. Oh. Hmm. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. But it's always nice just to do, you know, these little tidbits. It's always nice. Do need to go around and make sure that... To be fair, this is... like, covered in the helmet, so I guess... like, it's not the end of the world? Oh, whoops. Even though they're not... oh, whoops. Good. Oh, wait, no, actually, that's not how that works. It's this one. Whoops. And then... and again, now that I think about it, it really should only be, like... yeah, I'm not sure. I need to think about it. That's part of that bit. Right. But, you know, I should worry about that once I've gotten the, like, kind of basic shading bits outlined. But I think it is kind of interesting to try and sort of make stylistic choices that would have made sense for the PlayStation era, where you basically have to bake textures in. That one is this one. That's the back of the head. That one, at the very least, kind of matches up with the orientation of the faces. I am finding more strays drop. Oh, good heavens. I feel so sorry for them. Wait, this one... is this... oh, it's Pokemon Ranger! That's why... Yeah, Pogo and Buddy are good. They are good. Oh, yep, that could be an issue. There. And there. Okay, I'm going. Bye. Oh, okay. Thank you for stopping by, though, Isaac. See ya. Yeah. The talks are nice. I should actually probably should. Yeah, that. Aside from that bit there. Okay. Now, trying to think. So done that. Next, I would say. Let me think. To be fair, I do need to properly define, like, the lines for these parts of the Greaves, because it's like, you can't tell there's, like, a bit of a bend there. Like, hey, you can look at the, like, the texture of the body, like, the outline of it here for the UV, but, you know, it doesn't show up on the thing, so... So I'm gonna say... Actually... Oh yeah, the foot bomb. I can use that. And then... Right, so it's definitely... It's the inside. Why am I... I'm rotating the drawing tablet thinking that's going to make a difference. No, it won't. It will make it more difficult, frankly. It'd make it way more difficult for me. What am I doing? And then we've got bootleg front. I wish I could get straight draw, straight line blender. Settler stroke method to line brush settings. Ah! Okay, that actually works out better for getting like the basic shapes out, and now I wish I'd used that for. To be fair, I could just like color it all in again and then just sort of start over from scratch for that bit. Oh wait, hold on a moment. Right. I accidentally gave that a bit more of an angle than I thought I did, so that didn't look right. That'll work. Yeah, no. I can't wait for when I continue Fallout New Vegas next week, because I did have a lot of fun with the first stream for that. And I'm interested in seeing where things go next, considering the fact that I left off on like after I saved Beagle. So okay, right. I'm going to so stroke space redo this part because I am not happy with how wonky it is. It bugs me immensely how wonky it is. So also on a whim, I decided to just start like a single player Minecraft world. I don't know if I talked about this last week. I can't remember. Or unless I hadn't done it by then. I can't remember. Days are just blending together for me, and it's not good. But I've just been kind of slowly toiling away at that, you know, here and there in the background of everything, and it's been a nice little thing to do. You know, a nice little way to just kind of unwind, or I don't know, try and do something creative in a way. Right. Now we're back to line. There we go. That's better. That's way better. Right. And then we've got the other, like, side of the leg. Like, the actual outer side of the leg, not the inside. And then last but certainly not least, there's the back. Yeah. No, that's bootleg front. Bootleg. There it is. I forgot it looked completely different compared to the rest. Right. And to be fair... Oh, wait, actually, it'd be a good point to sort of sort out, like, where it would bend at the, like, the end of the leg towards where the foot starts. So, you know what? I may as well do this. So, just a moment. Do, 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 do. That one there. And then I need to do the one for the outer edge. Where is it? There it is. And I need to sort this out. Where is the thing? There is the thing. But now I have to wonder if I want the outline bits on the... Not sure. Must think for a moment. Oh gosh, sorry about that. But must think for a moment. And I'm already looking at this and I'm thinking I could definitely improve, like, how this is looking. But... piano. Where is the... That's the side of the boot. Or the side of the boot foot is what I should say. Line. And we'll do these, because... Oh wait, no, I don't have the... I don't have the... Whoops. Should actually make sure I've got the right color selected. Now I'm assuming that this is the inside. Yeah, it is. It's the inside. Boot foot bottom. Where was the top? The other side is here. Top. Which one was the top again? I must be horribly blind. Oh yeah, there it is. Because the thing I have to factor in is that it's going to be shorter than the others because of how it all connects. And then... Now, it would make sense to have a darker shade for the one on the bottom. I mean, of course, that's just that same color anyway. I don't know why I did that. Probably habit at this point, but I'll do this shade for the little lines on the bottom, even though I don't think it would make too much sense. And I feel like it would be a bit of a mismatch, so I think I'll leave it as it is, actually, now that I think about it. You know, I think, you know, getting details, you know, slowly mapped out, or at the very least, outlined to a degree, it's good. It's pretty good. But we will figure out how to make all of the shading look good. It's just a matter of time, and also a matter of just experimenting and figuring out what looks good and what doesn't. So... Oh yeah, the details. Just to figure out where I put this. Or wherever the bloody thing put it. So I've got torso... wherever it through the pelvis. I have no idea. I was about to say, I really am horribly blind. I found it. Took me a moment. So, here... I just want this. Because that's sort of like... Really, I should have, like, pulled this forward a bit more just to give it a bit more of an emphasis, really. And now, if I muck around with this and make it, like, so I can easily find it, because I did not mark things properly, or as I said, I didn't label absolutely everything. Yeah, that's the spot. I guess that kind of works. Yeah, that kind of works. So now we get front torso, which is this bit. So thinking about how armor would properly look. Sorry, just a moment, chat. Just looking at how some knight armor would actually look. It kind of depends. So I'll say curve. Oh, that's the same. My ass completely forgetting that I hadn't... Uh-oh. Okay, that wasn't because I broke Blender, that was because I was in the middle of color picking and it doesn't like, you know, you trying to move the bloody viewport around when you're color picking. Am I really not? Yeah, no, not, but I am selecting the... So why is it not... Stroke method curve is not working. I don't know why curve isn't working. Did not mean to do that. Oh, draw curve. Wait. How does this work? Oh, wait, no, is it based on a... Okay, I think I get it now. Right. So I can't really rely on that. And that's not what I wanted either. Oh, wait, no, actually, it kind of does, but... Ads are about to start. We'll be back very shortly. Hang on tight. We'll be back very soon. And we're back. Okay. I decided actually I didn't like how that looked. So, you know, completely undid it. So that's that vertex there. So if I take this, draw along this line here, and then down there. Actually looks kind of funny now that I think about it. It looks a bit flat. Hmm. Hmm. Sorry, chat. I am finishing off a slice of bread. Um. There we go. Right. Go. Done and dusted and sorted. Right. Now, to be fair, base, the final frontier. Only joking. Because I want it to look like this. So it doesn't look, you know, completely flat. And that looks way better already. Now, I probably do want something for down, like, this part. Kind of in the way of abs, I suppose. So, you know, it'd just be the same thing, basically, kind of. You know, start off with, like, a simple straight line, and then sort of do little curved lines coming out in the middle and whatnot. So, where is line? And then... And then do this and that. Okay, that's a bit too much. Oops. Right. Right, that's looking fine. Okay. I wonder if I could thicken things up a bit more here just to make it look a little better. Hold on. And then I can smooth this out at the end. And I feel like I need to smooth this bit out too. Well, I say smooth it out, it's more so, I guess, tapering it off at the end. So it doesn't look like it's like a bit blobby. And is a bit more, you know, defined, I suppose? Right, so we're getting that done. I'm trying to think. I guess a similar kind of thing with the back? Or, I'm not sure. How would this look up here? Let me think. Let's head back. Okay, right. Revisiting this. I do want to adjust, like, this shading, so just to refresh my memory. Yeah, that's for that part there. Because otherwise... Because I feel like it would work in some cases, but here it feels like it's a bit too much. So do that bit, and then where is the front? Right. Oh yeah, no, the bloody bit on the nose, where it pokes out. I need to sort of define some lines there too, because otherwise it just kind of blends in and you can't really tell anything, so... It's here. Right, and then line. And then having one for like this little middle point does good too. I need to make sure it doesn't overlap with what I've already got here, because otherwise I'd have to go through and like sort of Okay, it needs to be consistent now that I think about it. Right. To be fair, now that I think about it, I do think that whereas this one here needs to be thinned a little bit. I think I did a bit too much. Right, that's better. Do 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 do. Right, where is the top of the hand? I did not make a mental note. I think this is it. Yeah, it is. I actually guessed correctly. Jeez. I'm good. Right, Right, so that there, and then this here. And then that's, I believe, along the side? Yeah, it's along the side. And now to find where... Not the base. Where is the top of the thumb? Why didn't I label things? Why do I do this to myself? Alright, there we go, I found it. I'm gonna put that there. Do this. Go back to space, because then I can just paint this over and get it back to just, you know, just the regular base color before I do anything else with it. I may as well, while I'm here, thumb, top, just so I know. And that was along the side of the thumb too, which is not that. Ah, there. Wait, actually, that might have worked pretty well. Aside from being slightly more than what the thing is normally. Slightly closer. Oh, for crying out loud. That's a bit better, right? Okay. So, got this looking pretty good. To be fair, now that I think about it, we could do what we did for this bit here, for the arms as well to give it the definition that it needs. So I just need to find where it is. Right, I think I found it. I found parts of it. I'm using the base color again, aren't I? Ah! Right. Right. Now I should be able to do this in peace. I'm pretty sure that's also part of the arm too. That is there. That part of the arm. Oh yeah, no, that's... And that is around this side. Yep. That's shoulders. That's part of the arm too. That is, I'm pretty sure, there. Yeah, it is. I was right. Okay. Oh no, my eye's watering. Why? I mean, I should probably actually... Oh, gosh. Sorry about that, chat. I should probably actually start the new load of hay fever tablets I bought, because I had some, and then I ran out, and I haven't had them for a few days. So it's definitely probably worn off by now. And it's probably why my eyes are watering, because of all the pollen. Even though it's night time, but you know, I've been outside. I've been outside today, and that's because... Hello, hey, thank you! So now, the... It's up there, that's it. Right. Yep. Oh wait, actually, I don't need it there, I just need it where the joint is. So now I think about it, it would be here. Oh no. I need to try and figure out where things were. Right. Back to space. If I cut through there, that's that bit there. So I actually kind of need that one. And this one is here. And then that's the one that was up there. Yeah, it is. My nose. I need that one, but I don't need this one. Woo! Bless Jesus. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with me. I'm sorry, chat. I have no idea how to explain it. It's just my brain doing brain things and being weird. Which, to be fair, you should expect that from me. Next bit that needs to be sorted. So we sorted that. We sorted the bit there. We did the stuff in hand, even though I feel like I could add like another little bit. Even though it's not like rigged that way, it just make it look nice. Line. Yeah, that's a little more. Even though I need to actually do that along the sides now too. Ah, right. It was here. So now, let me see if I can nail this. Alright, I was slightly off. Ugh. There we go! Hey! Then I need to find where the other side was. I can't remember. Maybe if I do this, I can find it. This is where I need to actually finish labeling everything, but I haven't, so I'm just making this difficult for myself. Where is it? Oh, there. Did I just... Oh, that's so slightly off. There we go. Oh, wait, no, I now know I need to do this too. Do, 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 do. And of course, these faces on the inside. Uh. I don't think I can. I can sort these out, though. Just to be fair, that was part of the arms anyway, and I should have remembered to do that. Wait, it'll do this. Actually, I'll increase the radius to 4 so I can make it a bit more noticeable. Yep, found it. Right. Space. Space. Okay, I feel like this should be a bit darker as well. Ah, there you are. You're right here. Hell yeah. Then we got the one under here. Which I'm pretty sure I can't remember where it is. It is right there. Bit lower. Bit higher. Slightly higher. Little bit lower. Oh my god, really? Ah! How do I keep accidentally adjusting it too far? What's going on? I don't know how I kept over-adjusting and under-adjusting. How was I doing that? And I easily found that one. Cool. Cool. But, you know, as I said, I feel like I need a bit of a darker shade for that. Dash line. That's not it. So I go into tool settings, fill threshold. Ah! Okay, that's what I want. So I just had to adjust the fill threshold, because otherwise it would just bleed into the other bits. And doing it on the bloody mesh itself just ruins it. So annoying. How have I completely lost where the... There they are. I was just thinking to myself, how did I do that? That's just ridiculous. Oh wait, that's just something on my floor that's being annoying. There we go. Right. So we did that. Oh yeah, I do need to sort this bit out too. So with the shading where, you know, the boots start. So where? So they're here. I don't know if I want to do like a darker shade or if I want a different like color entirely. How would it look if I... Stroke line. That's not it. Nah, I don't think that works for this. Okay, so as it turns out, I tabbed back into OBS, forgot that I was not tabbed into Blender, pressed Control Z and I muted myself. So, don't do that. Don't do what I do. I'm gonna do it this way. make sure. Yeah. I like how sharp the shading's looking. Do that just to make sure it's kind of covered properly. And then here we just have, you know, this part. Trying to think. Where else could I... Let me look up some references on my phone. No, I don't want to look on eBay for a thing. I want to look... I do kind of wish that I made proper sort of considerations for, like, pauldrons and stuff, but that's fine. Not the end of the world. I guess there's, like, decoration on the armor that I could do eventually as well. Ooh, wait, actually, now that I think about it... Oh, god damn it. I keep forgetting that I can't zoom in and out when I'm using the color selector. Right, so change radius to this. And I need to change it from line to dots. Not what I want at all. Just space. Wait, actually, radius of 3 might work better for this. So do that. Oh, wait, whoops. And then I need to make it consistent with this one up here. Hey, that's looking nice. And bootleg side. As far as I'm aware, it wouldn't really have like... Yeah, it would be like that. And then the same goes for this one. Yeah, I'm liking the look of this. You know, good to actually look at some kind of reference and try and understand it. That's looking a bit uneven. And then here, say, that's it. I'll just do it this way. Is this the one? Yep. And the other boot foot side, where are you? Where is it? There. Yeah. And then, to be fair, the same should go for the gauntlets too. Where are you? There you are. That might be a bit too far apart. Yeah, no, that's a bit too far apart. Ah! No, increase the radius too, slightly. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's along the side. Yeah, that is. That was in a complete wrong spot. And then that one is not there. Whoops, too far. Here. Need to... There we go. Right. There's some details I'm pretty happy with. Now, I'm not fully done. Hold on. I am wondering if I should change the color of the shading for that, because I feel like this is a bit too harsh, especially considering the fact that it's not like... there's like intense lighting or anything. But let's adjust this. Okay, I completely forgot. The colour's not shed across like all the brushes and stuff. Maybe a little bit more. Like, actually... I'll just do this instead. Yeah, that's a lot better. That works a lot better, to be fair. Just so I can find where it is. Yeah, helmet front lower, there it is. Line. There we go. And then there's... Right, this is still a bit undefined. Yeah, no, I think... I'll call it there for today, but I think this is a good place to leave it. It's looking pretty good. Like, sure, it's like very simple bits, but you know, like, maybe it's just the simple bits that make it look very good. But yeah, no, I'm gonna call it there for today. Thank you ever so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Next stream will be on Wednesday. We'll be continuing Fallout New Vegas, seeing where that goes. I can't wait for that. That's going to be pretty fun. But yes, thank you ever so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And as always, I will see you all again in the very next